10 inventors destroyed by their own inventions. Franz Reichelt. Franz Reichelt, an Austrian-born French tailor, engineer, and parachuting pioneer, was working on an outfit for aviators that could change into a parachute and enable them to escape an aircraft crash. He was known as the Flying Tailor. Initially, he performed tests with dummies dropped from his apartment's 5th story. They'd all passed, so he chose to put himself through the ultimate exam. He donned his flight outfit and leaped from the Eiffel Tower. The parachute did not open, and he plummeted into the icy earth at the base of the structure. He succumbed almost instantly. Karl Sosik. Karl Sosik, an experienced stuntman, developed a shock-absorbing barrel in which he would ride over Niagara Falls. He repeated the act a year later, in 1985. He was contained in his barrel and lowered from 180 feet above the floor of the Houston Astrodome into a water reservoir. He was meant to fall into the center of the tank, but the barrel struck the rim, injuring him badly. He passed away just a few hours after the act. Henry Smolinski. Henry Smolinski, a Northrop-trained engineer, was born in 1933 as one of 8 children in a Polish-American household in Ohio. He worked for a firm dedicated to the development of a flying vehicle. In 1973, he took a test flight in a prototype made by combining the back end of a Cessna Skymaster plane and a Ford Pinto. However, he and the pilot perished in a mishap. Sylvester Ray Troper. Sylvester Ray Troper, who was born in 1823, was a pioneer in the development of early cars and motorbikes. He apparently succumbed to a cardiac arrest or a later accident during a public speed demonstration in 1896. This is where things become a little perplexing, because it is still unclear whether the collision caused the stress on his heart or if his heart gave out first, leading to the crash. Valerian Nabokovsky. Valerian Nabokovsky, a Russian engineer, was renowned for creating the Aerowagon. What exactly is that? It was essentially a high-speed railcar with an airplane motor and propeller propulsion. The innovation was effective on the way from Moscow to Tula, but the train overturned at high speed on the way back. Everyone on board, including Valerian, passed away as a result of this. William Bullock. The web-rotating printing machine was created by William Bullock, who actually improved upon Richard March's earlier design. He helped transform the printing business by working quickly and efficiently. Sadly, a few years after creating his innovation, his web-rotary press unintentionally took his life. When the new machine was being installed in Philadelphia, the man's foot was squashed. Lee C. Between 246 BC and 208 BC, Li Si was a renowned legalist, calligrapher, and influential chancellor of the Qin dynasty in China. He invented a terrifying technique known as the 5 pains. It was a torture and execution technique. The victim's forehead was first branded, then the nostrils and feet were severed, the victim was castrated, and lastly, he was executed. He was executed by his own creation after being found guilty of treason by the monarch. Thomas Midgley Jr. Thomas Midgley Jr., an American inventor and chemist, had spent his entire existence working with hazardous substances. And one of these inventions cost him his life. At the age of 51, he was afflicted with polio, which left him seriously disabled. So, he designed an intricate system of ropes and pulleys to assist others in lifting him from the bed, which did not go well. On November 2, 1944, he became ensnared in the system's cords and perished of strangulation at the age of 55. Alexander Bogdanov. Alexander Bogdanov was a Russian physician, philosopher, and science fiction writer who experimented with blood transfusion to attain everlasting life. He had several infusions throughout his life, one of which cost him his life. He adopted the blood of a pupil ailing from malaria and tuberculosis in 1928. The student who received Alexander's blood injection made a full recovery, but Alexander tragically passed away. Marie Curie. Following the co-discovery of the radioactive elements radium and polonium, Marie Curie, also known as Madame Curie, developed the method of isolating radium. She was well known for her radioactivity studies and for being the first woman to receive not one, but 2 Nobel Awards. Unfortunately, her research topic was the reason for her tragic passing. On July 4, 1934, she passed away from radiation-induced aplastic anemia. The hazardous effects of radioactivity were not well known back then,